Pre-cut vinyl paint masks are a simple way to complete complex designs within your body without having to spend the time or have the artistic talent necessary to carve out the shapes from a piece of masking tape. With hundreds of designs available within the industry, you are sure to find something that grabs your attention. The items you're going to need to finish a pre-cut vinyl paint mask body are a hair dryer, vinyl paint masking kit with transfer tape, Lexan scissors, hobby knife, permanent marker, a plastic card, masking tape, 3 cans of polycarbonate paint, and a body with window masks. The first step is to plan the body layout and colors. Use a permanent marker to show where the paint masks are going to be applied along with the color choices and order. In this case, we decided to use a two-tone tribal flames masking kit starting at the front with white into a light blue flame and a purple main body color. Before you can start applying the vinyl masks, you must first remove the unused portion of the vinyl from the pre-cut design. This is called weeding the masks. Be careful not to damage the actual design when removing the excess vinyl material. Go slowly, using your fingers to separate the sticky areas where the blade may not have fully cut through the vinyl. Once all the masks have been weeded, you need to place the full sheet of transfer tape over the masks and use a plastic card to firmly adhere the low-tack tape to the top of the pre-cut vinyl. Cut out each of the sections of vinyl mask and transfer tape and get ready to apply them within the body. While working with only one section at a time, slowly peel the backing away from the vinyl mask, ensuring that the mask stays stuck to the transfer tape and not the backing. Place the mask and transfer tape within the body and rub the mask firmly onto the polycarbonate. Once the mask is adhered to the body, you can carefully peel the transfer tape away and discard it. Finish applying all of the vinyl masks using the same process. With larger masks, it may be easier to make relief cuts within the vinyl and transfer tape, making application within curves and hard-to-reach areas a little more feasible. Once all of the masks are applied, rub your finger along their edges to ensure they are fully seated within the body. You can use heat from a hairdryer to make the vinyl more flexible and push it down into complex areas of the body. You may also need to use small pieces of masking tape to repair minor damages within the vinyl that could have occurred during application, or to join sections of the masks together, making the flow of paint more attractive. You usually want to paint clear bodies from darkest colors to light, but you can break this rule as long as the light color is fully opaque, or is backed in an opaque color such as white or silver. In this case, we are going to start with the white flames at the front, so you need to mask off the exposed areas of the body at the back with painter's masking tape. You can completely cover large areas with tape, but you'll save time and tape if you use small pieces of paper to cover some of the larger areas. Just make sure that the edges of the paper are completely taped down to ensure paint can't bleed in behind them. Give the paint masks one final rub down and then hit the first light dusting of white paint to seal all the mask edges. Use a hairdryer to dry the paint before the next coat. When you are using heat to dry the paint, be careful not to heat up the vinyl paint masks too much, or they can shrink, causing a thin line around the design to show through. Once the first coat of paint is dry to the touch, you should go over the edges of the paint masks again with your finger to ensure they are firmly adhered to the body before you start spraying paint again. Do one or two more thin coats of paint, ensuring complete coverage, and using the hairdryer in between coats to dry the paint quicker. Once the first color has been completed and fully dried, you are ready to remove all the masking at the rear of the body. You also need to remove the next section of paint masking to expose the area of the design that you are about to paint. Use a hobby knife to get the next section of paint mask started, and then slowly remove it with your finger, being careful not to lift the other section of the mask that needs to remain on the body for the final color. Use your finger to rub down the edges of the remaining paint masks as well as the window masks to ensure paint cannot bleed under them. You are now ready to hit the first coat of purple paint at the back of the body. As always, your first coat should be relatively thin to prevent paint bleed. Use a hairdryer in between coats and do a total of 2 or 3 coats, ensuring complete coverage. It is also wise to double check the paint and window masks in between coats to ensure they don't lift at all during the process. Once the purple paint is dry, you can remove the final pieces of paint mask, separating the white flames at the front of the body and the purple main color at the rear. Remove the mask slowly, pulling parallel along the cut line, being careful not to tear the paint while doing so. Give the window masks one final rub down and hit the final color of paint on the exposed area of the body. Use the hairdryer and then do one final touch-up coat of paint, finalizing the painting portion of this project. Once all the paint has fully dried, you can remove the window masks and also peel away the protective overspray film from the outside of the body. Trim the body along the molded body lines, apply the external detailing decals, mount the body to your chassis, and you have now completed your paint scheme using pre-cut vinyl paint masks.